we go. Putting the pack on.
This is the hardest part of the hike.
Getting loaded, getting locked and loaded.
Good morning, YouTube world. I'm here with my friends, if y'all recognize them from our hike. They were on the Old Settlers Trail video. This is Angela and Haley. Say hi, girls.
Hi.
We are starting on a 3-day, 2-night backpacking trip. We're going to be hiking starting up at Clingmans Dome, which is where we're at right now. And we're going to hike down to Fontana. So, getting started. It's a little chilly. Not too bad, but all right, here we go. This is Angela's favorite part of the hike. She says she wishes she could hike this over and over again.
I hate this part. The only part I was dreading.
It is straight up.
The one part I was dreading. The up.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks.
Sorry, I didn't realize that was real.
Seen 4 thru hikers this morning, headed up to Clingmans Dome, and only caught one name, July thru hiker. That was her trail name. So these first 6 miles will be on, I'm sorry, the first 4 miles we will be on the Appalachian Trail, and then we will hit Welch Ridge Trail for about 2 miles down the trail, and then onto Hazel Creek, where we will begin what will be, I think what I read was about 18 water crossings. So thank goodness it's going to be great weather. It is great weather. And it's supposed to warm up to the actual temperature, I think is like high 60s, but it will feel like mid 70s.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
We are hiking that direction, so we gotta go all the way that way. So somebody commented on one of my videos about how my videos would be a lot more interesting if I talked about the geology and the history of the trails, about plants, trees. So here's my take on the plant life on the trail. This is a medium-sized tree, not super small but not big. There's some moss. That's moss. That's a bigger tree. That's a dead tree. That one's dead. What else can I tell you? I can't even really tell you what this is. I think it's pine, fir, But see, I can't tell people anything because I don't know anything, and I could possibly retain it if I wanted to. Look, there's another dead tree. Don't know whether these are oak. Don't know whether these are pine. Well, I assume these are pine or fir or something. Yep, that's all you're getting, folks. Sorry. If you're looking for factual information, I am not the person to watch. I am more for entertainment purposes only. I'll try to give you as much facts as I can about mileage, about the trail names. I'll show you the trail. That's about all you're going to get. My second time falling on my back, and my backpack saved me. This is what happens when you don't just go under the log and you try to go around it like a goober. All right.
But it looks very relaxing.
It is.
Yeah, it looks like you meant to do that.
Time. I'll see y'all later.
Really
I'm going to take
quickly.
a break for a while. Yeah. Okay, can somebody help me out? Lord! That's why creek crossings are so scary, because you don't want to fall into the creek and you can't get back up because your pack is so heavy. Yeah, that was fun. So we've come to the first junction. We are headed towards Welch Ridge, so we have 1.9 miles there. A break here. So through hiker.
I'll probably be hiking like in the
Pretty cool. We've seen several through hikers. Do you have a trail name?
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us, what is it you're doing?
3-day challenge.
Okay,
Do
so
the Smokies in 3 days.
the entire Smokies in 3 days.
Higher Smokies in 3 days.
And he's carrying overnight. So how much is your pack? You think how much does it weigh?
With food and water, it's probably about 25 pounds.
Wow. That's still pretty impressive. I'm just saying, we live here in the Smokies, and I wouldn't do it in 3 days. So that's awesome. Well, good luck to you. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
I appreciate it.
Haley, how are we feeling?
They are they are wizards.
Angela and I adjusted Haley's pack. Bless her heart. She didn't have it sitting quite above her hip, and she was suffering.
I was suffering.
But
I was suffering. And then I feel like oh my gosh, I feel enlightened. It
that is so awesome.
really is.
Nothing worse than an uncomfortable pack when you're hiking. Holy crap. The trail is really worn down through here. Talk about muddy feet, muddy shoes, I should say. All right, we're at the junction of the AT and Welch Ridge. So we have 1.8 to get to Hazel Creek Trail. The down trees of North Carolina. Whew, finally to the trail junction. Good Lord. Felt like that took forever. My pack feels really heavy for some reason. Hazel Creek, Cold Spring Gap. Ew, definitely ain't going there. Alright. so far this trail runs the ridge line of the mountain. So it's a little sloped. But the trail is not bad as far as it's not rocky or a lot of roots, but it's definitely a little hard to walk on just because it's slants downward. We missed Haley sliding.
I hate these side trails like this. It's like,
I know, it's like, and it's really narrow. Yeah. Obstacle course. I mean, could that dead tree have a little courtesy and fall dead down there instead of on the trail? Hello? Hi. Yo. Ringo from the Beatles. So the nice thing so far about this trail, I would say, is that there's been several like little switchbacks. So although it's going down and it's pretty steep down, it's not what I would say horribly bad down steep. We're almost kind of in a little flat section here, sort of. So hoping we can get down this part of the trail pretty quick, so that way when we have to cross the water crossings, I'll have a little extra time.
What we do here is go back.
Legit crossing. The trail's over there.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Let's begin now.
Ooh, that crossing. That one was sketchy. I mean, it was fine. It wasn't that deep until you got right before the rock. And then that's where the water picks up, and then the rock is just is buried under that water. I mean, this is like for real. Let me turn the camera around. If you slipped, what they ever talk about Hazel Creek? Talk about Eagle Creek. Hello, Hazel Creek. as a river. Annabelle. Rolling, rolling on the river. We are having a hard time figuring out on the map exactly how far we are. We have crossed so many crossings at this point that we're really hoping we're closer than the app I'm using says we are. Tell you what, water crossings wear you out. For real.
I'm loving it.
Angela's loving the water crossings.
Oh yeah. Okay, pretty good. Considering.
We made it to the campsite. Although what's funny is my little sign. This is it.
If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy?
Got our tents set up and before dark. Yay. Now we're just sort of chillaxing and going through stuff. Just my tent set up. My sleeping bag. Look how much room there is. It's hard to tell, but a lot of room. Gotta have some pasta primavera. I'm actually cooking this time. They're not cold soaking. What's in your aluminum foil?
PB&J.
This is pasta primavera. Look at this. It looks good. It's got zucchini and broccoli and peas and delicious.
What's
How heavy is that? Necessity?
the necessity is 40% alcohol,
How much is, how many ounces is it?
375 milligrams. Or milliliters, sorry, not milligrams. I know math. Numbers.
Oh Lord.
Sort of. They let me get a degree in college. They let me.
So girls, what did y'all think about Hazel Creek? All those crossings?
It was beautiful, absolutely stunning. I have not enjoyed a trail like that in a really long time. The creeks crossings were challenging because it is like, I compared it to like when your feet go numb in heels. I just felt like I was stomping on little nubs. And I'm like, oh. But other than that, it was still really beautiful.
Angela?
Yeah, I wasn't scared of the creek crossings. I was ready for them to be done, but when I put those Keens on, I'm telling you, my feet felt so much better.
Huh.
Don't mind me.
It,
I'm fine.
and then they felt good the rest of the day. I felt like I could walk
Yeah.
like with ease. So wearing brand new
Well.
boots on the trail. Yeah.
I'm impressed. Y'all did a good job.
Thank
Those were some pretty major crossings. I mean, some of them were pretty intense. They were definitely nothing to sneeze at.
It ain't like we had a choice.
No,
Yeah.
that's true. It's like, well, we could go across this one, or we could turn around and go across all the other ones we've already done. And yeah, no.
Fuck that. And I was not going up.
No. That was a little bit of a fire.
Yay.
Ooh, Blair Witch. It's funny, look, I guess the campfire. Let me see if I can. Oh, look there. Woohoo!
Hey,
We're having us a little campfire. Good morning from the tent. Not sure what time it is right now. I woke up at 6:30. So I don't know if Angela and Haley are awake yet. I hear them turning, but it was bright outside. I didn't expect it to be so bright this early, but the moon was really bright last night, and so I mean it lit up the whole campsite. I mean it really looked like someone had left the light on. You could easily like hike in that because it was so bright. But anyway, it was a peaceful night, and so get the day started. We have a pretty easy day today, about 8 miles, but it's just pretty much flat, so really excited about that. So we should begin to camp pretty early. Yay! Look at these lazy chicks. Look, they're still in the bed. My God, it's 7:30. Look, I've already got all my stuff packed up. They're still sleeping. Ah, hilarious. Look at this, no condensation at all on the tent, none. I'm going to actually be able to pack out a dry tent. It's a freaking miracle. Coffee. I usually don't have this in the mornings, but I was up and raring. I've already got my tent down. Somebody don't have their tent down though. The beautiful sunrise. So breakfast this morning is a no cookie, no better cookie. And then Angela and Haley are having biscuits and gravy. I'm jealous.
You can have a bite.
No, that's okay. And Angela had her packed together, and then her tent fell off of the thing. Oh Lord. It's one of those mornings. Okay, so the plan today is we will actually just be staying on Hazel Creek. We'll be hiking the rest of Hazel Creek today, which will be about, I think it's 8.6 miles to campsite 86. And then we'll be spending the night there, and then basically camping out to, hiking out, to our boat shuttle. So it'll be, I think that's maybe like a mile hike, maybe not even that far, to where the boat shuttle will pick us up. So tomorrow's definitely going to be super easy, but today's should be hopefully pretty easy. I know most of this trail, I've hiked it before a few times, once we get to Cold Spring Gap. So we keep getting a couple of these tiny little water crossings that are, so I wish I had waterproof shoes on. Anyway. Campsite 83, you can see, you kind of walk around, and then it's down there. There's people. Why? There's people still camped.
Yeah.
They're camping late.
Maybe they're staying till night.
Yeah, maybe. There's a lovely campsite 84 that Jerry and I stayed at a few weeks ago, or I guess actually last weekend. Love that campsite. Oh yeah.
Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin, and I know it's never gonna end.
Lunch today is mango chipotle tuna, cheese, and then guacamole that I made out of the freeze-dried. Look at that. That is awesome. And Angela's going to put it on her tortilla and have some. Oh yeah. Yum. Angela discovered an artifact. Sometimes it's really nice just to be able to kind of take your time on the trail and be able to look around, take pictures of stuff, flowers, just scenery. So we only have like 3 miles left to camp, and it's still pretty early in the day. So the nice thing is we get to actually do that right now. A little bit of a rock slide.
What we do here is go back.
We got us a pretty sweet campsite going on here. Our tent set up. Our water source is convenient. So right down here, got this lovely little path to get to. Sometimes there's nothing better than soaking your feet after a hike. Woo, it feels good. We started here at Clingmans Dome. We hiked out the AT for almost 4 miles, 3.8, down Welch Ridge for 1.7, and then onto Hazel Creek for 8.1. Well, and then we hiked all the way down to here. So this is where we're at right now, and then we'll get picked up about half a mile from here in this vicinity. So, yep. So we got our camp set up and everything. And then we thought, hey, what's a good idea to do after hiking a bunch of miles? Let's go hike some more. So we left our packs in our tent obviously. And we're just hiking out a half mile just to see, go to the end where the lake is. It's so much easier without a pack. What do y'all think? Easier?
Yes.
Don't be shy, girls. Don't be shy.
We're going to the lake.
Going to the lake. Should bring our swimsuits. Just kidding. Is that Angela?
I said, I wish somebody could just meet us down at the lake with some cold beer. That would be wonderful.
YouTubers?
Yep.
Magic genie.
That's
You're
right.
gonna have to go back in time and bring us some beer. So when you don't do a lot of crazy miles, you actually get to spend some time at camp enjoying a hot meal, which I don't usually do. It's kind of awesome. So I'm sure my hubby is really jealous, so I'm gonna have to make it up and take him on a really short backpacking trip. He always has to do the really hard miles with me, so I'm gonna have to make it up with a short backpacking trip so we can eat yummy stuff like this. It really doesn't look yummy on the camera, but it's so good. Tonight is chicken and dumplings.
Come on, one more little
The
quick.
Mountain House chicken and dumplings. Yum. So have you ever eat the Mountain House meals? And some of them are really actually pretty dang good. So one of my the favorites I think of most people is biscuits and gravy. Well, the chicken dumplings taste like eating the biscuits and gravy, except it's got peas and carrots and chicken in it. It is so freaking good. This might be one of the best meals I've had out in the backcountry ever, just because I usually cold soak and I have ramen, which I do really like, but oh my god, this is so good. Ah. Oh my god. Wow, this is really good. So, Mountain House chicken and dumplings, so good. Next course is chocolate cheesecake, which really looks like a pudding. I think I might have put too much water in it. And this is sort of like cookie crumbles. Angela said it looks like brownie batter, something you're baking a cake. I'm eating the batter. This is really good. It's delicious.
Gretchen, how do you feel about eating all the good stuff? What is it called again? Chocolate cheesecake?
By myself, chocolate.
Two servings.
Mm-hmm.
I feel really good. I feel like I might could eat more, but I won't.
I think it's a pretty sound decision.
Be good.
We have resurrected our fire for the 4th or 5th time this evening. Our fire is like Jesus. He just resurrects. All right.
It's like, see, it has to be tended to.
Videoing me. I'm videoing Haley, videoing me. What's up?
You can include that in the bloopers.
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty. Very good, very good job, Angela. The fire queen.
Sit around and tell campfire stories.
Nasty. Well, I mean, I'm forced. Just cause, yeah. I don't even know what I was about to say. I think I started to say Haley's from Kentucky, but she's not from Kentucky. like so cold this morning. I don't want to get out of the sleeping bag. I woke up like this.
Look at her laying in her pink bag.
A pink bag. I got my oatmeal, or whatever this is. Granola, sorry. And coffee. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's hot.
Living the good life.
Yeah. We had to get us another fire going this morning. It was so bleeping cold. Good morning. Well, we are on our last day. It's a grueling half-mile hike to the boat shuttle. Angela and Haley are still, they're taking their tent down. So got all my stuff together. And yeah, so it was fairly uneventful night, other than the coyote was howling a few times. So I tried to get on video, but unfortunately he would only howl sporadically. But no rain, and it's another nice, beautiful day. It was very cold this morning, had to be low 30s. And so I'm still wearing my jacket, but it's supposed to warm up to the 70s. But we're gonna head into Bryson City to go home, go through Bryson City to head home. So we're gonna stop at the filling station to have a Philly steak and cheese. Oh my God, I'm so excited. All right, half a mile to our extraction. Where's Angela at? Angela!
Back here.
We've walked 1/10 of a mile. Woo! This is rough. This might be the hardest hike of the trip. Oh, there's all kinds of people, dang. There's more people coming. So the boat captain knew we were coming. He's there waiting for us. So the hikers told us. He probably dropped them off. So he was already waiting. We got some other hikers, I think, going back with us too, so. Hardest part of the hike. Shelly back. No, I'm just kidding. And we got here early, so like what, half an hour?
Yeah.
Woohoo! Finished with our hike. We're back at the marina, and I think we've done about around 22 miles this weekend. So with I don't know how many water crossings, probably like at least minimum 16, but probably anywhere between 16 to 20. We're not really sure. It was a lot. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Give it a thumbs up.
And please subscribe.
Woohoo! See you next time. Happy hiking. Oh, and they are open. Woo, 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 this place is on fire.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hi, good. Oh, the best Philly and
Our steaks are Italian wedding, most of our vegetables.
delicious.